Hello everybody, it's Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So we're doing a mid-month review. This is a timeless reading, so it really doesn't matter what month that you are in, only really that it's in the middle of it so that we can review what's gone on and perhaps what's maybe going to happen. So I've set out 3 different readings. The Romance Oracle cards are there just so that you can differentiate between the piles. I mean, you don't really need the crystals and the whatnot. You really should be just using your intuition, your third eye even. But I know a lot of you really do like to have that distinct visual image, so that's what I've done. I don't know if the message on these cards resonates with the reading inside because I haven't looked at the readings yet, but I haven't done that by design. So don't feel any anxiety about which one or hope about which one that you are attracted to. They're really there just for you to distinguish the piles. So we've got for number 1, separation, number 2, trust, and number 3, new love. I want you to relax and let go of any anxieties you've been feeling, any expectations that you have about the reading, hopes, desires, fears, and so on and so forth. Just relax. Blank yourself out and open yourself up to the message for your mid-month review. When you feel ready, go ahead and make your choice. If you need a bit more time, then please press pause. But when you have decided, go ahead and click on the timestamp provided, because I'm now moving on to the readings. Okay, those of you that chose number 1, separation, let's see what your reading is for your mid-month review. So I'm just going to read these cards as a whole, as a combination. So we start off with the King of Cups. I like that. The 9 of Cups, brilliant. Oh, the Devil. And the 10 of Cups. Oh, so you've mainly got cups and you've got great cups. I think actually what's been happening so far for you for the month is it's been great. I mean, this is what I was saying at the beginning. Separation doesn't necessarily mean anything to do with the reading or bad. I mean, if you've had a real uptick in one area of your life that you've perhaps been stressed by, felt bound by, or just generally you've had an improvement in mood and things happening in your life, I think you're separating from negativity or a bad phase, because we all have bad phases in our life where we have bad periods in our love life that, you know, our relationships are struggling, or that we can't meet anyone, or that maybe your job isn't going so well, or your finances have taken a hit. But the phases, they're just parts of life. They're very rarely, but basically most of the time, they're just not permanent. They're just for a short duration of even a few months. And I feel that at the first half of the month, this is what's happened to you, that you are taking a more moderate, mature, balanced outlook on your emotions, that whatever stresses and anxieties, and you might have gone through an awful lot, you've just sort of come out the other side, you've wisened up, you've experienced, you've matured, you've come out and you've said, you know what, I was really stressed out, do you know what, I was heartbroken, I was really under a lot of pressure, but worrying about this has not solved the problem. And I think you have sort of been able to look at it and say, me behaving like this, me feeling like this, me thinking like this, what has it done to solve the problem or improve the situation? And I think that wisdom has allowed you to start making your wishes come true. I think this is this feeling that you've had an uptick in things happening, including the 10 of Cups. So you've just felt good. I think you're just starting to feel good. You're starting to feel really positive about an area of your life, or more generally, that you are starting to solve that problem, or you're starting to see a way of solving the problem, or more vaguely that you're just like, yeah, I'm still in this problem, but you know what? I just decided I'm going to feel good. But I just feel you're getting a sense that you're getting rewards, that things are starting to go your way in the first half of the month. Things are getting better for you. And this is what the Devil's saying. It's saying you've been bound, you've been sort of chained, but there's all the other positive cards that's saying you're coming out of it. And this is why I get the feeling that for some of you, it's not that you've completely resolved the issue. You haven't. What you've started to do is to see positivity around it, which is really good. So I want to reassure those of you that are saying, well, yeah, I've seen a little bit of progression forward, but I'm still very much got these things going on. You're on the train track. You're already like been pushed over the dip. And it's just going to pick up speed because you've just got such good vibes going on for you. Beautiful. Yeah, I just don't feel that. I think that as well. I think for a lot of you that you just, with the devil card, it's like being bound. It's lots of negativity and things going on. But I just get the feel that you're like, yeah, sweet, it's happened. Yeah, it is. This is the way it is. I'm not, I can get out of it. It's not that bad. It's not that serious. I'm just, I'm not going to get stressed about it. Also, in a weird way, there's this, I'm not going to feel bad about it, which is probably what you needed because it's, maybe this thing that made you feel bad or like it wasn't necessarily something in your control. Even if it was something that you did, even if it was your poor behaviour, like for instance, maybe you've got yourselves into lots and lots of debt because you just overspent. You spent beyond your means or spent poorly, for instance, or something. You're like, do you know what? I did what I did. Those were the decisions I made. Now I'm going to start taking positive action to remove the debt, to get myself out of it, to get into a healthier mindset around money or whatever, it could be anything. And this is why you're getting an uptick, because you're just maturing about it. And you have done very well. So whatever this is about, good for you, thumbs up. You've done really, really well, and keep up the good work, because this positive attitude is going to really start bringing in the rewards. There's just a feeling here that you're just feeling really good and happy. Even though there's still something going on, you're seeing your way out of it. And I think that's the really important thing for you, is that you're not letting the situation get you down, even if you're still in it. So these 3 tea leaf cards are sort of the next 2 weeks, the second half of the month that's to come. What to expect and so on. Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Now, I got the feeling that you're going through definitely an emotional journey. And your emotions are very linked to your mind and your mental health and so on. So for some of you, yeah, it could be a physical journey, but I'm also feeling for a lot of you, you're continuing your mental and emotional journey towards emotional prosperity. Which is good. Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. I said that. There's still this feeling that the problem isn't necessarily going to go away overnight. Mice, discord among friends or family. So there could still be this things going on. There could still be a bit of tension going on in your life. So really, I do see that for the rest of this month that you're watching it, for the second half, you're going to carry on doing the good work. But there's going to be points where you think, am I getting anywhere? What I'm feeling really frustrated about this, But that's part of the journey. And the discord really comes about because you're making such big changes. It really is. You're making big changes in your life. You're starting to realign your attitude and your priorities. The people that were used to the version of you that was stuck in this negative situation perhaps are not happy that you're progressing up and possibly away from them and making decisions to no longer prioritise them but prioritise yourself. Or make different priorities that will benefit them. It's not necessarily like you're abandoning them, but just that you're like, okay, I've got to make different priorities. I have to create different focuses now, because you're moving up and progressing up and getting more kingly. And you're on a journey, and when you're on a journey and changing and moving forward, you do get frustrated by the things around you that are not conforming to what the road you need to go along. If they're like, no, you need to come this route, you're like, no, I'm sorry, but I know I have to go here. And this can bring a bit of discord. So if you're not going along with their plans and you're just sort of, I've got to go and do me now, I'm afraid. carry on with this energy that's bringing in your wishes coming true, this positive mindset that is bringing in the good things. Yeah. So there might be a bit of like all the great progress you've made in the beginning of September, it possibly will slow down in the second half, hence the feeling down or frustrated. But you are progressing, and no journey comes without issues. I think that overall this is a great reading, even though it's sort of saying you might feel a bit stressed out. And at the end of the day, it's only 2 weeks. There's another month to, after this. And as I said before at the beginning, these are just phases and blips in your life, and other things come and replace them. So those of you that chose number 1, that's your mid-month review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it's helped you. If you want to go in further depth with your issue, or just more generally, you can get a private reading from me, which is obviously a reading specifically for you and only picking up on your energies. All the information that you need to do that is in the description box, or you could just send me an email, which my address is oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com, and I'll get right back to you. But otherwise, you take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 2, this is your reading, your mid-month review. I'll put those to one side. Let's have a look. Do it this way. The Empress, beautiful. The Magician, sweet. 9 of Coins. And 2 of Coins. So what's happened sort of like the beginning of the month, where you are energetically now, it's taking you. So I think that you're really working hard towards something, and you're making it grow. There's a great deal of abundance around you. You're really starting to take action and put everything out there that you've got in order to get the outcome that you want. And so you're getting rewarded. I'm going to say financial rewards for a lot of you, but if it's not, it's changing your environment to suit your needs better, so that you have greater independence. And that could be independence financially, mentally, emotionally. There's a really not, for some of you, you could be just sort of detaching yourself from the negativity and the rubbish, going it alone, maybe starting your own business, or detaching yourself from negative people, or people that you've outgrown, or situations that you've outgrown, or just improving your situation. Because lots of people have had massive upheavals over the sort of like past 18 months or so, past year. And people are having to make decisions. So what you're doing is you are absolutely leveling up. You're really making things happen in your life. I think there's a bit of indecision about exactly what's happened. You're in that midway point where, even if you're like, no, I know exactly where I want to go, you're just in that sort of slightly unstable energy of before, but not quite yet. Which is why some of you, I sense, are going to be saying, but I haven't had the rewards yet. Doesn't matter, you will get the rewards. What you're doing is laying the foundations. What you're doing is getting yourself in the right places, or taking advantage of opportunities that will lead on to better ones. You're really, the Empress takes a seed and grows it into the wheat crop, or she has the egg and the sperm and makes a baby. You're in that phase now where you've just taken this little thing and you're going to make it grow, but you're going to have to wait like the 9 months for the crop to ripen. But it is going to lead towards that. And I think for some of you, you're probably already starting to see those signs that you might have had, as I say, a bit of abundance for yourself over the first couple of weeks. That's good. But the important thing is that you're now taking action. You're taking things into your own hands to make them happen in some way. You're taking advantage of opportunities and you're putting yourself out there. There's just a feeling that you're just sort of in between the two. You've had a bit of... still in a bit of old energy, haven't fully progressed to the new phase of your life, the new progression to where things are really great. But you're going to be there. I just want to reassure you, you're going to be there, because the cards are so good and they're all moving in the right direction. So even if you like, yeah, I haven't quite had it yet, Oak Tree. It's like you will, so don't panic. And it's a really clear message. You know, trust, as it says on your placeholder. See, sometimes they are relevant, but trust in the situation that you are doing the right thing, even if you can't quite see the rewards just yet. You are really gathering lots of abundance around you, so keep at it. So this is like these 3 cards I feel like sort of the next 2 weeks ahead for the second half of the month. And so we've got the tea leaf cards, and that's Camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. What did I say? Keep going at it. Whatever you're doing is the right thing. It just means that it's going to perhaps take a bit more work than some of you are anticipating or would desire, but it doesn't matter. You're still doing it and getting there. Rat. Someone working against you behind your back. Ooh. I don't like that card. Bread. A period of prosperity and abundance. I said that. Even this person working behind your back can't stop this, so don't worry about them. It's just going to backfire on them. They're just not going to fail. At worst, they'll slow it down, but that doesn't matter. It just gives you all the more chance to create even more abundance. Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever this negative person's trying to achieve will fail. I'm just going to pick a card to see. Some of you are just going to know immediately who that is. Trust your gut, trust your instincts, but I am going to pick out another card on this rat. So I got lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. So if this person or this, you know, you feel angry about it, don't let the anger influence good things. Just let them go. If something comes out, and it could well come out that you find out, or you just know that there's something going wrong, even if you can't see, excuse me, who's doing it. If you feel yourself getting angry, just say, do you know what? They're not worth it. They're not worth getting angry over. They're not worth getting myself into trouble over. And just your greatest victory will be your success, because they're trying to stop you being successful and it's not working. It's not working. You are getting this abundance, this prosperity, because you're working for it and you're working hard towards it. And all you're going to do is become better at whatever it is you're trying to achieve, because you will overcome them as well, and it's all the more experience and victory. So yeah, so just don't, it's saying don't let your anger overwhelm you, and I would always say that's a good piece of advice. Might be somebody that makes you angry a lot. I just said, who is this, right? Tell me more. And it's just saying a wish is granted. So there's just saying it doesn't really matter who they are, because they're not going to win. You're the one whose wish is granted. You're the one that's going to win out. So don't worry about them. Really just think, oh yeah, what is it for Mad Men in the lift where the bloke says, you know, I despise people like you, and he says, I don't think about you at all. That's what you need to be. I don't think about you at all. And walk off. Because it's just assert that you are on the right path and you're going to persevere and you're going to win, and no matter what, you are going to win and get what you want, and they can't stop that. And they're probably going to be really annoyed with that, but tough. So those of you that chose number 2, that's your mid-month review. I hope that it's helped you. I hope that it's you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section. But that's it. Yeah, I'm just really pleased for you, because whatever it is that you're working towards, you're doing well and it's going to work out. So you please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me. And oh, I never said, before I say farewell, if you want a private reading based on this or something else that's going on in your life, you can contact me. The information's in the description box, or you can send me an email. My address is oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com, and I'll get right back to you. So now I can say goodbye. Okay, last but not least, New Love, reading number 3. Let's see about your mid-month review. Get those over there. So, Page of Coins, that's obviously the Page of Pentacles. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, oops, Page of Cups. Okay, so I think you've had a tough time at this first half of the month. I think you've really struggled to get on with life. I feel like with the Page of Coins, maybe you're a student or you're trying to learn something, or you're trying on a small level to get out there in the world and do something tangible. It could be just trying to get into work. You know, it's just you really on a small level trying to do something. This isn't like high level stuff. And you're really struggling. You're probably not getting enough sleep. You're just trying to get things happening and you can't see a way through it. You feel trapped. You feel anxious. Like I said, you're probably not getting enough sleep. You're feeling worried about things all the time. You're constantly trying to battle your way out of things. You might have been fighting a lot with the people around you, or debating with yourself in your head an awful lot, toing and froing about what you should do, where you are, how do you get out of this. And you've got another page here, the Page of Cups. So you're feeling that you really want to get out there and create something, do something, but there's just this feeling that as much as you're trying to offer emotionally and I think sort of tangibly, like with your efforts, with your energy, you can't see a way to do that. You feel blocked, and that there's just so much conflict, and that it's a continual fight to make this happen. And are you going to be the one that fights out? So this feels completely different from the other readings. That there's really a feeling here that you've struggled in the first half of the month. That you've really felt blocked from doing what you want to do. That for whatever reason, it's just not been easy. As I said, there's just these feelings that I want to say that you're fighting with people, but not necessarily that you're fighting with other people. It could be with yourself, or just having endless meetings trying to make something happen, and it's like, no, there's constantly being blocked, and you really want to make it happen, but you can't see how necessarily to make this thing happen. And you feel about it, you feel strongly that you want to create this thing. But it's just not come about. So maybe these 3 cards, these are like the second half of the month, you know, what's ahead, might help bring some clarity on this, and also some positive information on how you can move forward. Because there's just a feeling of frustration that you're blocked, that you can't get this thing off the ground and moving, whatever it is. And you can't see why, and you can't see why you're being blocked from this. And as much as you're hard as you try and push, I just think it's just not happening. So let's see what the tea leaves say. Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Well, that's positive straight off. I like that. Cat. A two-faced friend. Ew. I wonder who that is. We might pull some more cards on that. Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So it's absolutely saying carry on, that you are going to have a change and a progression in it. It's just going to take even more hard work. And it's possible that it doesn't mean that this is your friend, by the way, the cat. It doesn't actually necessarily mean it's your friend. We're going to pull some more cards. But if this is a work situation, it could be that somebody in your job is working against what you want. And you might be fully aware of that. But for others of you, you think this person's on your side, and they might not necessarily be. So we'll see what we can pull out on that. But it might, you know, just might be further advice or whatever. Well, we've got dog, protection from a powerful friend. So somebody else in this situation has your back, and they have more clout than this cat person, the two-faced friend, or the person who's pretending to go along with it but perhaps in the background is working against it. Or the person that has more power, more clout, knows what they're doing and they're sort of on your side and protecting you around it. So this is why things are going to happen, because you know, the higher power, you know, maybe it's your boss or maybe somebody else who's in a like assistant manager or something, you know, deputy or whatever, is like got wind of it. They know what's going and they're not going to allow it to get ruined. This is why it's going to move forward, but there's just sort of feeling of delay. So let's see what. Jug, light-hearted, carefree time. Don't let it stress you out. Just don't let it stress you out. You carry on with what you're trying to do. Although there's people that are not keen on it, there's other people that are very keen on it, whatever it is. So you just keep on working on what it is that you want to achieve, and you will have progression. It's just going to be really hard work, and it's going to be perhaps a bit slow moving, or at least slower than you would like. But and there might be adaptations on the way. But if you keep your vision and you keep working towards it, and even though you can't see why there's arguments about it or even where this argument's coming from, you will start to get change and got to start getting what you want happening, the positivity happening. And I think that's important for you to remember, that you just don't give up. It'd probably be easier, but I think there'd be a whole lot of disappointment and feeling bad about yourself if you gave up. So don't give up and you keep moving, whatever this is. So that's the message. If you want a more in-depth reading on whatever this situation is, or maybe something else in your life, you can contact me for a private reading. The information that you need is in the description box, or you could just send me an email, which is my address is oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com, and I'll get right back to you. But otherwise, I want you to take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye.